out at the old settlement again. I'm just hearing some parrots chewing up there. I was trying to see where they were. There's one there cracking nuts. Anyway, I'm out at the old settlement again, trying sort of a new little spot. I've just sort of been up in here and I've just dug mountains of rivets and I was sort of getting a bit tired of it, so I thought, blow that, I'm just going to leave that area and come over here a bit. Don't know, probably not going to see with all the grass, but there's sort of a raised area here and it's fairly flat, so almost looks like there's been a building here at some stage. And on closer examination, there's fragments of brick everywhere here and bits and pieces. So anyway, there's a few jittery signals here. I dug a little brass bit off a paintbrush there and I'm just doing up this area, and I had a 16 here, reasonably deep, and I've just seen it and I thought I better turn you on because it looks rather like a brooch of some sort. Now I'm thinking it's possibly bent, but I can't quite tell. So it's got a beautiful purple stone there, but I'll give that a clean and we'll see what she comes up like. I'm hoping it's intact. Maybe that's just the pin there I'm looking at. I thought it was folded in half. But anyway, we'll be back. We'll give that a quick wash. Look at that beauty. What an awesome little brooch. What a beautiful little brooch that is. Now I don't know what the purple stone is, but it's very pretty, even if it is just glass or something. But has been gold gilded. You can sort of see a bit in the grooves there. I'd say it'd have to be 1800s surely, but I can't see any markings. Got to give it a bit more of a clean. I think it's actually, well, it is. If I can get that gunge out of there, the purple should better shine through. So whether there is any markings on that, I don't know yet. Thought I saw something there, but maybe it's not. Anyway, I'll have to have a better look when I get home, but nonetheless, that is a beautiful little relic. You know, you've got to be happy with that one. That is beautiful. So I'm kind of not really good on the sunlight today to put it in, but I think that is a pretty clear enough photo there. So that is absolutely beautiful. So if that's all I find today, I'll still be quite happy. Now that's where I got the little brooch thing there, and had a nice little signal here, and it's in this clod here, so I'm gonna see what it is. It possibly just a rivet washer, but about a 24, 23, 25. So I'm gonna see what it is. I'm being pessimistic and waiting for a rivet washer, but it's just because I've already dug so many of them, and I think it is indeed one. So there we go. Now we have moved up a bit, just over there somewhere is where I got the brooch, and I'm just doing up around here. These weed things are horrible things. They get all this stuff all over you, little sticky, well, I assume they're the seeds. But anyway, had a sort of a 20 number here. I was sort of chasing a really deep, faint, funny signal. I could only get it one way. I've ended up giving up on it, but now that I've seen what I've found here, I'll have to make sure I'm going to give up on it. About a 20, and I've got that, which I would have to say is going to be a halfpenny, I would say. Looks like George the 5th, so that's a Commonwealth one. Um, 1920 something. So I'll have to give that a brush and we'll get the last number. Yeah, she's pretty crusty, but I think that is 1926. That one. So 3 years off being 100. Anyway, bit of a sad specimen, but that's sort of quite often the way you find them. Well, I had a 16 here, and I must admit I was expecting rubbish. Dug a few bits of melted metal around the place, and you know, just modern rubbish cans and stuff. But 16, and we've got that, which I think is a buckle of some sort, I think. So I'll give that a quick wash, but you can sort of see what it looks like. But before I do that, I'm just going to check, make sure there's no more bits of it here, although it's not freshly broken, so there may be just that bit here. Anyway, I'll have a look, I'll give it a clean, and we'll be back. And there we have her. She's quite ornate. When I first dug her up, I thought she was painted yellow here, but it must have been just the dirt, I think. Anyway, she's got some claspy bits there that would have held on to the leather or whatever she was on, canvas material. Can't see anything written on her, although I reckon I might be able to see S-O-N there, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to read that, but anyway, it's a pity she's broken, but she's still a nice little relic, so I'm assuming she had like a loop here for the other bit to go onto. Anyway, that's what we've got, so we'll see if we can find anything else in this area. Well, the sun's starting to set. You can sort of see the shadows are getting longer. Over there's where I found that bit of a buckle thing. Found a couple of bits of brass under this tree, and then down here, I thought I'd film it in case it's something good. We have got a 21, 22, 23... and as you can see, it's fairly deep, so hopefully it's not anything too modern. So we're going to dig it and we're going to see what it is, and hopefully it's not just a rivet washer again. I saw a tiny bit of well, probably won't be able to find it now, but a tiny bit of white china in here, so it's not a bad sign. Kind of all crumbling to bits here, but I'm trying to get... I don't really like the look of that. I reckon we've got another jolly rivet washer every time, so I reckon that'll be a signal. I thought for half a second that might have been the loop off my buckle bit I found, but I don't think it is. I think it's maybe a squashed knob or something with a hole in it, or I don't know. Anyway, 18:19 here. We're sort of running out of daylight slowly, and we have got a little cute tiny little buckle. It's a bit bent, but it's a nice little small one, rather like the one I found last time I was here. Paid me a tiny bit smaller. Anyway, so we'll keep going. I'll see what else we can find before we have to pull the pin. Had a screaming signal down here, and I was starting to wonder what it was, but then this popped up, which I don't exactly know what it is, but it's bronzy, brassy stuff, and it's got all these, well, I'm assuming they're rivets around here, so it's been riveted onto something and possibly something slid in there, so maybe it's off a, I don't know, a door or something. But anyway, we'll clean it up when we get home and see if there's anything written on it. But anyway, it's a thumping big signal, and down a fair way too. Bit of a 17 down here, and I reckon I know what it is. Well, I don't actually, but I know what it, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know sort of what it is. I think that is a fork by the looks. Yep, there we go. Well, we may as well give that a clean, but I don't think there's anything special about it. But anyway, we'll give it a clean and we'll see what she comes up like. And there we go, a fork. Brass one by the looks. Now, the coffee bush kid would probably tell you that belonged to a man with a wooden leg named Smith, but I can't really tell too much about that. But it has got on here Sheffield nickel plate. So it was nickel plated in its early life, but she's sort of just brass now. Anyway, it's a cool little relic. So they're always a funny thing to dig, because quite often you're picking up on the big bit there, or the spoon, and you know, you sort of dig and you know, got to be careful you don't chop them in half, because yeah. Anyway, but we've got it out intact, so that's good. Not sure what that one is, whether it's part of a buckle or just a trim off something. I'll have to clean up a bit better. It's got a slot and it's sort of folded over, so I don't quite know what that is, but it's brass, sort of, I think. Yes, it's brass. It was only about 18, so don't know. Anyway, bit of a shaky signal, sort of a shaky 19, but I've popped the plug over and it's a pretty solid 20 now, so there's a bit of crockery coming up with it, so not a bad sign. So we're going to see if we can find what this is. Oh, look at that. Look at that. To tell you the truth, I wasn't expecting that. I was looking for a rivet washer, but looky there. That would have to be a halfpenny, I'm assuming. So, what we're going to do now is clean that up and see exactly what it is. That is cool. So we've got a coin at last. And I must say, I was not expecting it actually, but there we go. Always happens when you're not expecting something, it'll pop up. So let's give that a clean and see what we've got. Another crusty one, but it's a Commonwealth one, and I can see there 1919, I think. So it's a bit older than the last one, but very hard to see. Anyway, 1919 with George V. Not that you can really see him there, but anyway, so crusty coins today, but we'll keep going and see what else we can find. I'm going to guess that that is some kind of razor, bit off a razor of some sort. I don't quite know how, but anyway, it's just sort of what it looks like. There is something written here. Don't know what it is yet, but there we go. Gem British made. So I think that is a razor of some sort, a shaver of some sort. Anyway, I'll look it up, see if we can find a photo of it, but I think that's what that is. Anyway, had a bit of a jumpy, could only get it one way sort of signal here, and I flicked out a bit of dirt and it got better. And it's rather interesting, and you may say, why is that interesting? It's like a rivet washer or something. Well, that is a rivet washer, but instead of a rivet through it, it's got this funny pin, so I'm not quite sure what that was used for. It's obviously been made to hold something together, but anyway, not quite what they're designed for, I don't think. Don't even know, that's not a nail, it's something else, but anyway, fancy sort of stud. Anyway, never found one like that before. Bit of an old brolly. Still got the wood in there, even. Well, either an umbrella or a parasol or something of the sort, but anyway. Well, I've sort of moved spots, as you can probably tell. It's a bit less green in here. Still out at the settlement. Where are we? Over there somewhere was where I found quite a few coins. Anyway, actually over there. I'm trying to find where I am. I found a shilling in the trees over there. Anyway, looking in here, there's a lot more rubbish in here, and you know, glass and bottles and stuff, so possibly where they dumped all their rubbish. But anyway, about a 20 here, and you can see that one. It's a nice old buckle, nice solid one. Don't know what that is. Bit of, don't know what that is. Bit of plaster or something, or a bit of a shell, I think. So anyway, they must have had seafood, unless it's a freshwater mussel. Anyway, we'll take that one. What would be a day metal detecting without one of these coming up? Especially in an older site, but I have found a few fragments of them off camera, but that's the first complete one. So anyway, there is quite a lot of, because it's sort of rubbishy in here, quite a lot of signals, so I'm sort of not digging as many low ones as I was, but you know, I may occasionally dig one, but I'm sort of digging 16 and up, sort of. Anyway, because there is quite a bit of trash in the area. So anyway, we're still finding a few bits and pieces, so never know what's going to pop up. I just said I wasn't digging any low numbers, but when you get one like that, it's only 12, 13, but it's hard to see. It's fairly deep, so pretty faint signal, and just because it's so deep, I'm curious what it is. So I'll get through the roots here, and I've no doubt it's just going to be a bit of rubbish, but you know, it's deeper, so it's not going to be anything too modern, I hope. It's probably going to be hard to find, but anyway, just got to get some roots out of here. Oops. It's kind of hard when it's so crumbly, getting all the dirt out, but get most of it out and we'll see where it's gone, if it hasn't completely lost itself. See where we are. Still faint, so I think I'm going to have to turn you off and I'll see if I can find it, and then I'll show you what it was, but it's going to be a bit hard to find, I think, one-handedly. And all that digging, finally found it, and it was that. Whatever that is. It is, it's our signal. So, some bit of melted metal or something, I'd say. Don't think it's a gold nugget. So, whatever that was, the little equinox picked it up way down there. So, not bad yarn, but anyway, I'll put it in the pouch, but I think it's just a bit of melted something. Ah well, that satisfied my curiosity. Now, being a rubbishy area, I'm not going to be too surprised if this is a bottle cap, but 26, 27. I do know, however, that over here I found a William the 4th penny, so and I found a coin in here and a few relics over there, so you know, I won't be too pessimistic. It could be something good, but we're gonna see anyway. So it's a nice signal, if nothing else. And what is it going to be? See where she's gone. And it's neither a bottle cap or a coin, it's our favourite friend, the rivet washer. Anyway, one less one I have to dig later. Well, with a little bit of a shaky signal, wasn't too bad, on the middle of the track here, and it's not shaky anymore. Can we see that there? I reckon that could be a penny. I don't know what that one is. That actually is a marble, I do believe, or a bull out of a bottle or something. I think that's a marble, one of the old clay marbles. So that's an extra bonus. You sometimes find those, but not with the detector, but that's an added bonus. So we'll clean both those up. That's a cool find, those marbles. Occasionally they got tiny faintest of patterns on them, but quite often they're just white. So can't see any more in there, but they're a cool find, old marbles. So what I'll do is I'll clean both those up and I'll just recheck this hole, make sure there's nothing else in here, and we'll be back for another look. But that is awesome. A double banger find. You can see there 1872 and Queen Victoria there. So that is brilliant. Lovely old penny. And a little marble. So I wonder how many years ago some little kid was playing with that and lost it. Anyway, that is beautiful. The coin was a good find, but the marble just topped it off. So that is pretty cool. Well, I kind of had a couple of signals going along here, so I was sort of trying to decipher between the two and find one of them at least. Then I'll see what else is here. But we've got that one, which is a little bit of trim work off something. Yeah, probably should have cleaned it up before I turned you on, but a little foot, I'd say, off some kind of pewter dish or something. So I think we'll see that one in the wrap up. I've no doubt it's pretty crumbly, but you know, it's quite a heavy little piece. But I may even put a photo on the screen here. But anyway, see what else is here. There's another signal, I've just got to chase it down. Well, that other signal didn't really turn out to be too much, but we've got another signal here. I'm going to see what it is. We're going to live dig it, and 3 bars down. A few little grunty sort of bits floating in there, but it's kind of the right number for a threepence, but I'm just being hopeful. So we'll see where she's gone. Sounds a bit better now. Bit of rust, a bit of glass. That's probably where our grunty noises were coming from. The battle of the roots. Anyway, we'll see if we've got her out. Whatever we want is somewhere in here, I do believe. I don't know if that's our signal or something else, but I reckon it could be that, which is annoying. Don't know what that is exactly, but it's some kind of big blob of melted metal. I don't think it's lead. Probably, I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's our signal. I'm pretty positive. Yep. 20 here, and we have got that one, which is a chrome bung of some description. Quite an interesting one. Don't know what it would have been off, but anyway, kind of got signals going everywhere in this little spot, but that's one of them, and I know what that is. It is a piece off a razor. So anyway, that is the top piece, I think, and you put the blade in there and then you screw the handle down on top of it. So anyway, we may find the handle yet. I'm starting to think a little coil would be good in this little area, because there's just sort of so many signals jumbled together that sometimes hard to find the one you want. But anyway, had a bit of a 20 everywhere here, couldn't seem to find it, and I finally tracked it down, or one of them. There might be still some signals in here, but got one of those, which, you know, is not a bad thing at all. So we'll do him the honours and clean him up. I can see something written there, might be Paris or something, but anyway, I'll give it a clean. Well, it says primer there, and usually these, you know, work straight away. This one sort of falling to bits as I'm cleaning it, so I don't know what's wrong with this one. It looks pretty rusted up. Anyway, considering that fell off just cleaning it, I'm not going to try unseizing it now. But anyway, a primer suspender buckle. Well, my phone went flat, so I'm going to just show you the last few finds I found. I had my phone on the charger, but in the meantime I've found, well, a lot of rubbish, but these are the good targets. Found another one of the suspender buckles. It was only ringing up at about 10. It was sort of a 20 signal, and when I've got it out, I think there's a few little bits in there and they're all equaling up to 20, but that was one of them and it was only a 10, so I'll clean that one up, but it's a pretty light little one. You can see a join there or a crack or something. Anyway, probably not a very good quality one. I found this one, which I don't know what it is. I haven't cleaned it up yet. Thought I'd wait and do it together. So some kind of brow pendant sort of thing, I'd say. A little bullet and a plain button, which rang up around the 20. So I'll give all those a clean. Well, you know, make sure there's nothing written on the back or anything, and we'll have another look. And there we have them, a bit cleaner. I actually thought that was the front of the pendant, but I think that is the back, and I don't know what the big cavity is other than just because it's bulging out this side. But anyway, I thought there might have been something in there, but like a stone or something originally, but not to be. But the funny thing is there is a pattern. I don't know if I can see it on the camera to get a photo later, but there is a pattern around the edge right inside there. It's not going to focus for us, but can just see it there. Maybe it's just how they were joint, but anyway, on this side we've just got, well, that bit of a pattern going on there, so it's quite a nice little piece. Not a bad find at all. So a little pendant would have hung on a chain or a bit of thread, I assume. That one is a Paris one. You can just see it there. But she was only ringing up at 10, so she seems to be a cheaper model or something, don't know. Anyway, and our button is just plain, so just a plain little button. Anyway, that's our last 3 finds.